Now going into the front fender, which is gonna be pretty hard to do, select those vertices and extrude them till this line right here, because again we're gonna create the wheel arch, and just tweak them like that, you know, just play with them, something like that. Then select them and make sure they align on the top view, and it looks like they do, so that's pretty good. Next, as you can see, this little ridge stops right there and then it starts again over there, so we need to create this little pause right there. It's gonna be pretty tricky to do, so it needs to stop like right here. This is gonna be clean and then it starts again. So what I do, select those vertices and drag them back a little bit, somewhere around there, I'd say. Make it kind of like something like that. Select them again, extrude them till about there, and then you want to select these three, hit M and merge at center, and that's gonna basically end the ridge right there. You just drag it somewhere in there and then align those just like that. There you go, and now the ridge stops right there. I'm gonna drag this a little bit lower so it's a little more straight, and then this as well. Make sure in top view that everything aligns just like that. Now we can carry on. Select those two vertices, extrude them on the y-axis till about here. Go into top view and align them properly like that. Extrude those two again, but this time select this one and drag it down. And then the ridge needs to start again, as you can see. Again, pretty tricky to do. Selecting those two vertices, extruding them all the way to the end of the ridge. Add an edge loop right here. Add an edge loop right here. Go hit K on your keyboard, select the first vertex, go something like that, and then the last vertex and hit enter. Should look something like that. And then you extrude these two vertices down till about there. Select those three, hit F to create a face. Select those three to create a face. Select the two vertices in the middle and drag them GX to drag them in on the x-axis. And that's the ridge right there. Obviously we need to tweak it a little bit more. We need to make it a bit longer right there and a bit longer right here, so just dragging them like that. And I feel like it's a bit too big, so just make it a bit smaller. Now we have that ridge done. Obviously we need to go into top view and align it properly. Now that we have the back of the car modeled and also the sides, if we go into the front view, you can't really tell what this is. This is actually the back of the car, as you can see, and we're supposed to see it like this. So what we do, in order to see the front of the car whenever we're modeling, you go into wireframe mode, in face select mode, hit C, and with the scroll wheel make this circle bigger, and hold click to select whichever faces you want. Let's say like that. Right click to get rid of the circle, and then hit H. That's gonna hide the faces. And now if we go into front view, as you can see, we have nothing to obstruct our view, and you can always unhide them with Alt H. But that's only in edit mode, because if I go into object mode, it looks like that. We can now carry on and work on the actual front of the car. Select those two vertices, extrude them in the front, and place this one right there. Make sure you align it properly. There you go. I don't really like this, so I'm gonna drag it a little higher, and also drag these ones a little higher. It also doesn't look too great on the top view, so just play with it. Make sure you make it as perfect as you can. Alright, so something that I've noticed, again, the blueprint is not perfect, so we need to tweak it a little bit. We need to select the front blueprint, because let's take a look at this pillar, right? Select those two faces and hide everything else so you can see it better. On the top view, this pillar is perfect. On the side view, this pillar is perfect. But if you go into the front view, it's completely off. It should be like this. So that means that the blueprint is messed up. So what I need to do, select the front blueprint and go into object, visibility, and make it selectable so we can select it. Select the blueprint and make it smaller, just like that, and bring it up a little bit. Now we can continue. Hide the back of the car, also these faces. You select these vertices and bring them back a little bit, something like that. These need to go a little bit lower as well. You select this vertice and extrude it at the corner of the headlight. Doesn't line up perfectly, but you create a face in there. Then these three, you just extrude them down to this corner of the headlight. Just like that. Then you align it properly on the front and top view. Then these three vertices, extrude them down till about there and drag these a little bit lower. Something like that. Now we can start creating the shape of the headlight. Extrude these two vertices till about there. Something like that. Extrude them again till about there. Just like that. And now we extrude them all the way in the corner. Just like that. Next we can create the wheel arch. Kind of want to have a bit more of a curvature, so I add an edge loop right there. Make this a bit more curved and this a bit more curved. And then you all click these vertices and just extrude them on the Z axis. And with your G slide them and just tweak them into position. Till this first line. Something like that. Select all of them and align them properly right here to create the wheel arch. Again, you can play with it, make sure it looks as good as you can. Make it as perfect as possible. Because these small details are really gonna show in the final product, so. There you go. this little vertice also needs to go like that. And now we can create this flat part again. We select these vertices again, extrude them down again, something like that, and then just tweak it into position. I'm gonna place it at the end of this black line, and if it doesn't work out, we can just tweak them later. I'm using the G slide right now, the vertex slide right now, with hitting G 2 times on the keyboard, in case you guys don't understand it. And there you go, that's flat now. Perfect, the front fender is also done.